Hey guys, your boy M.K.S here. Back with another video, of course. Hope you checked out part one. If you're not already done so, please check it out. Anywho, we'll make one more video before I have my dinner. So, anyway, hope people out there will enjoy it. My way of thinking. Of course, not everyone has to agree with me, but as ever, I'd love to know your thoughts. If there's any points you disagree with or agree with, which are your least favorite, most favorite, or whatever, or anything you want to comment about each point or about whatever. Anyway, here goes. Continuing on from my first video, this is obviously part two, and here are things that I would discourage P.O.C, people of colour, from doing, and hopefully, if I can work with BAME, which here in the UK, BAME stands for Black and Minority Ethnic Groups, and any organisation that works with Black and ethnic minority or people of colour, I would say, groups, and the NAACP in the US, which I think stands for the National Advancement of People of Colour, or something, or coloured people, or whatever it is. Anyway, so here goes. As I say, I love to work with those groups, and I love to hear what people think. Again, please feel free to disagree if you so wish. So number 11, I think when we fail to support each other's projects, I think it's a shame. I think we should be more united and not so disunited, and not failing to support each other's projects and things like that. I think we should, yeah, that sort of thing. Number 12, when we discourage each other, and again, are divided or disunited, and I suppose I discourage discouraging other people anyway, or putting other people down or whatever anyway. I think it's much better to uplift people, but I think as people of colour, or who have been oppressed in many ways, I know some people might disagree with that, but historically at least, and in some ways are struggling today with the effects of that or causes of that. So I think it's a shame when we discourage each other and put each other down. Or I think it'd be good if we appreciate each other's achievements rather than put each other down and compete with each other. I think it'd be good if we uplift each other and that sort of thing. Number 13, I wouldn't encourage us to be like Satanists or that sort of thing. But I think we shouldn't be divided by religion or whatever, because we have something in common. As I said before, like white supremacists hate us, so I think we should work together a lot more. Number 14, I think when we can't solve the same problems by using the same thinking that got us into these problems in the first place. I think that's an Einstein quote. So I think when we try to use the same sort of logic that got us into division or problems, I think we should think differently. Number 15, again, I think it'd be good if we didn't donate our taxes towards wars or weapons trade or military-industrial complex. And again, it'd be good if African and Asian nations wouldn't fight each other or buy weapons to fight each other, and instead spend money on feeding their own people and things like that. Number 16, I think we should think things through. I'm not a big fan of academia. I think thinking outside the box is more my sort of thing. So I think academia tells you how to think, and you have to think a certain way, but it doesn't teach you how to think differently, or to question things, or to think outside the box. But as I say, and that sort of thing. So I think that we need more. So as I said, to me, I look at it as, maybe this is a dyslexia thing, looking at something differently, but I think if white supremacists want us to see us divided or committing crimes or doing these sorts of things or using violence or that sort of thing, then I think we should do the opposite to what they want. Number 17, again, I think when we put each other down more art or stories or imagination, when we bring other people of colour down or that sort of thing, I think that's a shame. And also, I think it's a shame if Black Lives Matters. I kind of agree with the sentiment, but I disagree when perhaps they silence other people. If other people say all lives matter, or they come across as, I think that might set race relations backwards, or make more division, or more people go against people of colour, especially Black people. So I think that people should be careful that Black Lives Matter doesn't become radicalized or isn't taken over by voices which have their own agenda, dare I say. And I think like tearing down statues or breaking the law without having the legal rights to do so, I don't agree with that personally, even though I do think we should be united, because I think that could be more, it could increase racism and problems. So I think Black Lives Matter should go about it in a different way, and that sort of thing. But anyway, I hope to talk more about that in the future, like my views on Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter and that sort of thing. And again, look at it from different angles as well. 18, again, I think it's bad if we are vengeful or take revenge or treat all white people bad as if they're all bad or all racist. I think we should only defend ourselves against white supremacists who are actually trying to harm us, not people who have a different opinion or think differently. Again, I suppose that's the same thing, and not people who might be allies or might be able to support us as people of colour. And I think we should allow different opinions. On that note, number 19, I think we shouldn't I think we shouldn't challenge freedom of speech, and we should give everyone freedom of speech instead of taking away. And I think, again, we should do things legally. Like if we're going to talk about why statues should be taken down or things like that, I think we should debate the pros and cons of such and make sure those are done legally if they are going to be done, or at least the discussion is made properly before people take the law into their own hands, because that is like a road to ruin potentially, because like where do you draw the line if you believe you can just do whatever you want or take the law into your own hands? So I do think we should try and obey the law if we can, and maybe change it, like lobby so that our tax money goes towards our ancestral homeland and things like that, or other people of colour, or people in Africa and Asia and places like that. But anyway, I hope to come to that in the future. And number 20, I suppose one thing I probably disagree with my fellow P.O.C. about is things like if you look at culture or tradition. I'm not a big fan of culture or tradition, but also like things like my least favourite saying, I suppose, which I, again, I hope to come to one day, is I'm older than you, or respect your elders, because I think that we should respect everyone, and especially if they're good. I think we should be good to other people, especially if they're good to us. And I don't think we should just discriminate too much about age. And I think that the older people should lead by example. They should be the first to say please, appreciate, and thank you. I think they should be judged to a higher standard. So anyway, I know these are probably very quirky ideas. Sorry if I repeat any and that sort of thing, but hopefully it wasn't too cringeworthy. And I'd love to know what you think as ever about this mad guy's ideas. And I think my dinner will be ready soon, so I'll put it in the oven. So anyway, peace out.